Turkey berries are known for having amazing health benefits. If you've never added or incorporated turkey berries in making your soup, I think you should give it a try. You may just love it. Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Sianoki. It's always a pleasure to have you here. So into some boiling water, I have added my turkey berries, which I have washed and cleaned nicely. I'm also adding in some carrots, some onions, and some tomatoes. You don't necessarily have to add it to boiling water. I was just trying to shorten the cooking time when I was prepping the veggies. I just put the water on fire. Okay, so by the time I was done prepping the ingredients, the water had boiled nicely, and then I put my veggies in. So you cover this and let it cook nicely. It's now nice and soft. We set it aside. We'll be blending it for a later use. Now I have my chicken here. This is hard local chicken. It's a live bird. It was killed right in front of me. I've washed it with some lemon infused water, and to that I'm adding my homemade spice blend. These spices have onions, garlic, ginger, pepper, and that is how come I didn't add pepper to the veggies that I boiled earlier. The green one you are seeing are basically stock that I got from herbs. So herbs like mint, like basil, like parsley. I used it for my dried herbs recipe. I have the recipe on the channel, so it's like mixed dry herbs, and then the stock that came from it. I blended some ginger, pepper, onion, and garlic, and then made this spice blend. So I'm also added in my homemade spices that I did. I've shared recipes of them on channel, and then added some salt and seasoning cube. Remember that this has to be like the part that you need to season your meat well. The base of the soup, it really goes far in determining how nice or delicious your soup will be. So season this nicely. Okay, now my homemade tomato sauce too, I took it out of the freezer, so you can see there's a bit of ice in there, and I'm just adding that to the meat. I didn't add any water at all you are seeing are all extracts from the veggies that I used, and then the the liquid that just came out of the chicken. So I'll cover this and then be stirring from time to time. You want to stir this, and to ensure that it is nicely done, you want to make sure that the stock around it thicken nicely. I added some fresh ginger to the veggies that I had boiled. I didn't boil ginger together with it, so I grated some ginger, and then I will be blending it together with the veggies that I had boiled. So as you can see at this point, the stock around it had thickened nicely. That is why I asked that you don't add water, okay, so that it will thicken, it will get to the chicken. By this time you'll be 100% confident that your chicken is nicely spiced. Now the blended stuff, I'm just adding it to it. I love it when I blend carrots with my ingredients. I think it helps blend it really smooth. That is what I've noticed, that anytime I have a bit of carrot, to even if I add a bit of carrot to blend my tomatoes, it blends it well. You don't even see the skin from the tomatoes or anything. However, you can go ahead and sieve this if you want, but um this was smoothly blended. And because we are making soup, I'll be diluting this with some water. The water that you add really depends on you, how thick or thin you want your soup, how thick or light you want your soup, okay? But usually the soup boils down before it cooks completely. So you can make it a bit lighter, then as it boils down, it can thicken up nicely for you. Otherwise, if you make it too thick from this level, by the time you are done, like your soup is extremely thick, and if you are not having it with rice or something, you may just not enjoy it, okay? So we'll cover it, and then we'll let it cook. Like everything that we need to add, we've added. If you want to add some okra or garden eggs, this is the time that you should add, so that it cooks together with the soup, okay? So while the soup was cooking, tradition goes on. We're just pounding some soft cassava and plantain fufu to go with this. So by the time we are done pounding, the soup would have boiled down nicely. And as you can see, the oil that is forming on top of it is an indication that you are good to go. Yeah, there's a lot of froth covering the oil, but this was cooked okay, and it was absolutely delicious. So this is the point when you pour your soup over the fufu, you lift it gloriously, majestically, so that the soup can pass under the fufu nicely. Then go ahead and serve yourself. If there is something I wish I had on the to add to this soup, it was basil, and I wasn't having it at the time I was making the soup. But hey, this was so good. And my favorite part of this whole process is lining up the chicken on the fufu for a nice picture. I just want a great thumbnail. Trust me, once the camera is off, majority of this meat is going to go off. And then realistically, what we eat is what we eat. I'll see you again in another video, beautiful people. Stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.